Okay. So as I told you, I have some guidance for you, inshallah, for tomorrow. And I wish that you're gonna arrive to the average of 30, Bismillah. But I want you to follow my instruction directly. Uh, Let me just share a test with you. The test that we're gonna take it today. Also to have information about it while I'm talking about. Okay. As I mentioned before, kindly don't hammer yourself tomorrow. Yani خلاص, whatever you did, you did. Don't tell me that in one day you're gonna just catch the stars on the sky. The last day that you're gonna just hammer yourself is today until dawn. يعني حتى الفجر ما فيش مشكلة. You can work. You can just answer. You can watch recording. Hi Ahmed. You can hear me, Ahmed, because I can't hear you. Hello. Your mic is open, but no sound is coming out.
Hello?
Yes. Okay, perfect. Can you hear me well, Ahmed?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I'm talking about actually what will happen during these 2 days. We have today and tomorrow, as I told you. Today, the last day to hammer yourself by working hard. Start from tomorrow, relax. Wallahi, this actually the psychology of the human being. If you hammer yourself till the end, you're gonna find that you start to be tired on the test day. So because of that, the last day to work on, as I told you, until Fajr today or until dawn, you can work hard. Don't sleep today. Start working, find what are the skills that you are missing. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Even tomorrow, you can ask me, but don't answer anything that you're gonna use your kind of neuron or your brain cells, because this will hammer them, will make them tired. It's like muscles. You know that if we have a match and you're gonna play and you start on the 2 hours or 3 hours or 12 hours before the match, you start playing hard in the match, you're not gonna do anything. You just make something called warming up. And warming up is something simple. To just revise something simple, not to hammer yourself. Believe me. Okay? As I told you, what you did, you did. What you did, you did. In one day, you're not gonna just arrive to catch the stars. Okay. You know that we have 4 sections in our test. You know that the new technique for the act or the new form of act will not be applied in the Middle East in April. I think it will start in September. The new one that science will not be obligatory, and you're gonna have less questions in reading, less questions in English with less time. This, inshallah, is gonna be in September, and I think Fahd is the only one in grade 11. Is that right, Fahd? You are in grade 11?
Yes, Mister.
Yeah, so Fahd has a chance. Hajar, you are in grade 12.
Yes.
Okay. So Hajar and Ahmed, we can consider that you're not going to arrive to the new technique or the new form of act. But Fahd can
Exactly.
arrive after September, as I told you, or the trial of September. So, because we have, I'm going to talk about the English section because we have 4 sections. Let's talk about the English. We have 75 questions, 5 passages, each passage 15 questions. I just want to tell you that don't start spending time on question that you feel that you're going to get it wrong. You can just skip to the question that's easy. You know that in the act we can use the odd one out. Like in the verb forms, there is a rule in verb forms. Let's have a question here. Wallahi, it's in front of you, the first question. I can solve it now while I'm looking. Wallahi, I don't know this test. Wallahi. This is the first time to see it. Is singular, does singular, are plural, is singular. I'm gonna take R because it's the odd one out. I didn't take just 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Verb forms. Just to be sure that your answer is right, because sometimes it's gonna play tricks on you. You're gonna look here at the subject and instruments, it's plural. So you can use the odd one out. So you can use the grammar, answer the grammar questions first. You're gonna find that most of the items from the 75 questions, most of them are grammar, not writing. So you can solve the grammar first, the thing that you feel that it's easy first. Leave the thing that is hard till the end, but don't skip them by the end. Like just take 10 minutes by the end to revise them and answer them, and you're gonna find, if you're not gonna find time, just return and start making them randomly. This is the last 2 minutes, because I don't want you actually to leave any kind of questions, okay? But there are questions you're gonna find that easy, like verb forms. You're gonna find in each passage. Punctuation, you're gonna find in each passage. Parallelism, you're gonna find in each passage. Subject-verb agreement, you're gonna find each passage. Pronoun antecedent, you're gonna find each passage. The one that relate to writing, leave it till the end. Don't spend time. Like here, which choice best maintain the pattern established in the sentence to previous example. That need time to read. That need time to read, to find the same thing, to find the same pattern. This is what we call it supporting evidence and examples. This will take time. Leave it till the end. The one for punctuation, you can solve it immediately. This one also for verb forms, you can solve it immediately. So there are items actually you can solve it immediately. Take care of the question of redundancy. Here it's not redundancy. This modifier. Whenever you find ing, you must find that this is a modifier. Modifier, and enter also to the redundancy. So not all the time shorter is better. Take care of that. Not all the time shorter is better. But it can work. It can work. Like here, I can think about to construct in the beginning because it's the shortest. But I have to find, to read quickly, to find that two constructs actually modify brothers or not. Modify brothers or not. If you find that the others also has to construct, but it gives you other word that is mentioned in the sentence itself, cancel it. Like here, he said using metal. And here in the sentence said long metal. Why? I'm going to repeat it. So thank you. Here he said also deconstruct, but he make it as a kind of a long modifier phrase. You must find, is it important? Here he mentioned vegetables, and here vegetable. Why? I'm going to repeat it again. The same thing, working by hand. Does he say hand here? Yes, he said manually. So thank you. So the shorter is better can work here, but not all the time is going to work. Not all the time is going to work. Take care of that, please. Not all the time is going to work. Okay, the question number 6. It's easy also to look at. Look at the sentence. It starts with a participial. So it's a modifier. After it a comma. Where is the subject and verb? Where is the subject and verb? Immediately, I'm going to choose the one that has subject and verb. Thank you. Wallahi, I'm looking at the test with you. Wallahi. And doesn't mean that I'm a professor or a doctor, so I'm going to solve. No, sometimes I have some mistakes. But I'm dealing with logic. I'm dealing with logic. The question that I can answer only by sight. To gain marks. To gain marks. To arrive to the 30. This transitional relationship between a sentence before and sentence after. So it can work. It will work. This also punctuation. Here we have dash, we have comma, we have comma after and before. You have to look, do we have another? Yes, we have another comma here. So you have to think about. Here, word choice. The word actually that has problem. The difference between affect and effect. Do you want a verb or you want a noun? All of these things we work together. But you're going to come to the things like this one, which sequence of sentences that need critical thinking. Need you to think more. Leave it. So now only 2 questions that I led them. Only 2 questions that I led them. No problem. It's going to be 3 questions. Because number 14 and 15 also is going to be related to the writing part. 4 questions out of 15. That means you answer 11 questions right, inshallah. 11 times 5 equal 55. let me show you 55 as usual. 55 is going to be here. Means 25 out of 36. 25 out of 36. Take care that we leave 4 questions in each passage. So 4 times 5, 20. I think you can get out of them, like, you can get 10, 9, 5 out of them. So you can arrive to the 30 easily. You can arrive to the 30 easily, even 30, 31, if you follow my instruction. But the problem that if you spend time in each item, if you spend time in each items, and you start saying that I want to work in all of them with a kind of completing them, you're going to come to the 4th and 5th, and you're going to find that your brain is hammered, and you don't have time actually to answer the easy question, because actually your brain start to be hammered. 75 questions, as you know. So you can solve the easiest question, then you solve the hardest by the end. And the last 2 minutes, you're gonna go scroll. You can write actually, I don't know if it's possible, Ahmed, they give you a kind of paper in front of you in the center.
No,
No kind of paper.
no kind of paper, no.
So not to write notes or anything.
No, just the
Okay.
math.
Yes, okay. So it's going to be a problem. The main thing that I want you when you scroll or you make skip for questions, you have to put in your mind to revise all the questions immediately in 2 minutes, the 75 questions, to find if there is any question that you left. Don't leave any question. Don't leave any question.
I
This,
can flag the marks.
yes, Ahmed?
I can flag the questions.
Okay, perfect. So you can make a kind of mark for it, is that right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect, perfect. So you can mark it just to return back to it. But again, don't spend time in question that you're going to find yourself that you spend time in the first 3 passages, and after that in the last 2 passages that they have 11 questions that they are easy, you find your brain can't survive. This human being, you know, the people that actually surgeon, when they spend 7 hours in doing a surgery, when they went out, what happened to them? They died. They died. I'm talking about the surgeon. You know, and you heard about those situations because this actually just affect their brain. So calm down. So the easiest, then after that come to the hardest. If you find that your time is gonna skip like in the last 5 minutes, start doing randomly. Don't care. The main thing that I have nearly 55 questions that they are solved. 55 questions that they are solved correctly. This for the English. Let's go to the reading because after English is going to be math. And I know that you're going to be hammered more in math. Then it's going to be the reading. The problem in the reading that we have 6 skills and most of the passages question, the 4 passages, you're going to find that mostly inference and function. And mostly the hardest part of inference and function. Which part? The part that talking about something like reading comprehension. Something in the passage without mentioning where the line. Let's have a look. This is the passage. And here are the question. Like here. It said the passage can mean most of it be described as being divided into 2 sections that taken together explore. No, this actually is a kind of big picture. Talk about the whole passage. Here he talk about that the passage is divided in 2 parts. And you have to find what are the 2 parts. What are the 2 parts? Here, it needs from me to read the whole passage. This can be only helpful if you add a fast reader. Not only fast reader with a full comprehension of the passage. To read around 90 lines in 2 minutes with fully understandable of the passage. If you're not one of that, if you're not a fast reader with fully comprehending the passage, kindly don't do that because you're going to lose time. Okay, what are we going to do? As I told you, and you learned with me, Fahd and Hajar, because Ahmed is new. You're going to use our way, solve the question that actually have lines first. Like here. Look here, they have lines. He said here the description of the Onsei as having 7 levels, 9 cocks, a veterinarian, a small jail, and chlorinated pools. Line 52 to 56. So I'm going to read that. Most strongly support which of the following statement about the Ornsay or its passengers. So I need something from those lines that match the description Ornsay and its passengers. Can be easily because they give you the lines. So you can arrive. And while you are reading, you're going to get information. You're going to get information to solve the other question. There's also with lines. Look. So it can be solved easily. This without line. This without line. You can read only the heading and keep the main words in. Why? Because maybe you're gonna read you read it here. Sometimes the questions are moving in chronological order. Sometimes, but most of the time they are not moving in chronological order. Like you're gonna find here maybe 18 to 19. Then here is gonna be something like 20 and 25. Then here is gonna be 30 and 35. Sometimes it works like that, and you're gonna notice that when you are answering. Just look at the keywords. If you find that these keywords you pass through the question that you solved it, like question 2 and 3, it's okay. If you don't find, so skip it and go to the question after. Here also without line. Here with line. The little picture. The main point of the second paragraph. So it can be solved easily. First sentence, last sentence. If you messed up between two answers, you can read the whole paragraph. Here without anything, but you can look at the keyword. Maybe you read it before. Here also without lines. You can read it. Maybe you read it before. Here without line. Also you can read it without read it before. But you're going to keep the things. You're going to read it only. If you find that you read it before, okay. If you don't find it, so kindly skip it and go to the question after. Because they have a technique in ACT that the question with lines will guide you to the questions without lines. The questions with lines will guide you to the question without lines. Okay. If you finish. Yes. Yes, فهد.
لو في مسج ما فيهاش لاينز هنعمل ايه؟
I'm gonna tell you now, Fahd. I'm gonna tell you now. Now we need to arrive to the 30, that right? Fahd said maybe there's a passage and mostly it's gonna be the science passage. The last one. Most of the science passages actually start to put us in critical situation. Most of them you're going to find that it doesn't mention the lines. Most of them inference and function without lines. Actually, I want you to solve, listen to that, Fahd, Hajar, and Ahmed, to solve the first three passages with fully that you're not going to get any mistakes. The first three passages. Take care. But you have to skip the one pair, the one that has pair passage. Like if you come to the third passage and you find it that, okay, the third passage doesn't have both passages. I think now the fourth. Not the fourth. So let's find the second. Where are the bird passage here? The bird passage is the second one. Skip it. Skip the bird passages. Despite that the first set and the second set is easy. It's going to be direct. But again, because you're going to leave 18, 19, and 20 right now, I'd like to keep pair passages just till the end. You're going to solve all the passages. You have 4 passages. Just solve 3 passages of them with full comprehensible. Don't leave any question that is wrong. Don't leave any question that is wrong. Then you're going to come to the 4th passage. The 4th, because we have 4 passages. Mostly answer the first 2 right without any mistake. So now we're going to get 20. Let's find 20. If you got 20, the mark is going to be what? Here 20 means 2 passages. Your mark is going to be 19. 20, this is not going to be a kind of a balance. Maybe 20, it can be in 21. In some tests, it can be 20, 23. In other tests, it can be 20, 18. This is according to the row score, and you know that. But 20, if we're going to look at this test, 20 means 19 if we get 2 passages. What about the other 2 passages? Let's just imagine that in the other 2 passages, we're going to take 6 more. So we're going to arrive to 26. 26 means 23.
مستر ممكن سؤال؟
Yes, Ahmed.
هو أنا عندي بكرة ترايل بتاعت أبريل. هو الرو سكور هيبقى عالي ولا هيبقى إيه؟
ما ده احمد بتحددش الا غير ما بيطلع من الامتحان.
طيب تمام.
تمام. انت بتطلع من الامتحان بيتحدد الرو سكور حسب الانسرز بتاعه، بيديهم كده، بيعمل سامبل الاول في اول 2 hours، وبعد كده بيطلع الرو سكور على طول يا احمد. فالرو سكور ما
مم.
بتحسبش من دلوقتي. وانت ما تطلع تقول لي لو الامتحان صعب الرو سكور هيبقى سمبل، لو امتحان سهل يبقى الرو سكور عالي.
طيب تمام.
اوكي.
اوكي.
So if you got 26, if we said now that you got 20 and you're gonna get 6 only, that means 3 in each one. And I think 3 in each one is not gonna be something reasonable. So you're gonna arrive to what? To 23. No, I want you to arrive to 30. That means you answered 33 questions. Means 7 questions only is gonna be wrong. Try, and I know that you can get that. You can get that. But the main thing, your own way in solving the questions, by finding the question that has line first. As we said, that we're going to concentrate on the first 2 passages or 3 passages. Just we're going to arrive to 25 questions. The 4th passage, like you're going to answer 25, right, inshallah. The other passage, just answer 6 questions from it, from 10. 6 questions. It can be easily. Like if you're going to look at the last passage here, if we're going to skip it and we're going to make the second passage, because I'm going to keep it till the end. Look at the second passage. Here it has lines. It can be solved easily. Here doesn't have. Here doesn't have. Just keep it till the end. This, I'm talking about the one that you're going to skip it. Here doesn't have. Here has lines. Here doesn't have. So now we have 2 questions. Okay? The other also is going to be talk about the 2 other passages. I think you can get 4 or 5 out of it right. But the main thing, concentrate from 2 to 3 passages. If you want to arrive to above 30, 3 passages. Forget about the 4th. Just put all your way in solving the 3 passages right. The 4th passage, just keep it till the last 10 minutes. No problem. But you have to get 3 passages right. 30 question. 30. If you're going to say that we're going to move to that one, 30 question right. 27. And the other, you're going to get only 3 questions right. So you're going to arrive to 30. 30 here, 30 in the English, 30 in the math. You're going to arrive to 30. And you know that 30 equal, I think, you arrive above 30, Ahmed, I think 700? Equal to the EST. Is that
30.
right?
انا اي سي تي مش بس I think
Yes, EST equal to 730 again. I look at the schedule.
730
Yes, 730. 730. Just imagine. Imagine. 30, 730. You're not going to enter again. You're going to stop entering. Okay? Any question, Fahd?
No.
Hajar?
No.
Ahmed?
Mr. Can we check the transitions?
Yes, we can check the transition. Let me open something, talk about the transition. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay. The transition. Take care that the question of transition is going to be only 4 questions. 4 questions. Between 4 to 5 questions in the test. The main thing when you start to choose the transition, kindly look at the function of each word. Look at the function of each word before going to the sentence. When you look at the function, this will give you a kind of clue. What are the things that you're going to search for? So let's look at each function right now. We have number 1, contradiction. Contradiction means that the sentence before contradict the sentence after. What are the words that we can use? However, fortunately, on the other hand, conversely, whereas, while, in contrast, on the contrary, yet, and but also. We have another one, addition, mean that the sentence that come before, after, add to the sentence that come before. You're going to find that they are talking about the same topic. Only you add more information. What are the transitions that we can use here? Furthermore, in addition, also, moreover, and, to, as well, additionally, not to mention. After that, emphasizing. You're going to find that he talked about the same point, but here he didn't add. Here he emphasized. He repeat the point again. To emphasize. And take care, emphasizing will not come with agreement. Emphasizing will not come with agreement. We have the words like in fact, as a matter of fact, indeed, only, guarantee, okay? We have exemplification, to give an example, you're going to find to illustrate, for instance, for example. You're going to find also relation that cause and effect, like consequently, as a result, because, hence, therefore, thus, accordingly, so, for this reason. We have other points for contradiction. Like nevertheless, although, regardless, despite, even if, nonetheless, still, even though. We have points that show sequence, subsequently, previously, afterwards, next, then, eventually, before, after. The point that I told you when we are talking about emphasizing, it's at the same point of agreement, but both of them are different from each other, but they're not going to come together. So if the point before agree with the point after, so this is going to be similarity, agreement in the same way. Similarly, likewise, by the same token, the last one is a kind of sum up or conclusion. So it's going to use in conclusion. You're going to find that the sentence by the end, and this mostly you're going to find the last sentence of the paragraph. To sum up whatever is mentioned. So in conclusion, in summary, to sum up, in short, in other words. Clear, Ahmed?
Yes, clear, Mr.
Okay. So now I'm going to send to the group the test that we're going to work, the one that I do explain it right now. I want you to just have a kind of goal that you're going to arrive to the 30. I think I look at some questions and they solve it only with the sign. You're going to do the same technique, please, today. You're going to do the same technique.
مستر، هو حضرتك هتبعت حاجة؟
Yes, Ahmed, I'm going to send it right now.